Today, we embark on a soul-stirring journey through 9 Stoic lessons crafted to mend shattered hearts and conquer the abyss of rejection. As we navigate the labyrinth of life's trials, let these ancient truths illuminate our path, guiding us toward healing and growth. Join our fellowship of seekers as we stand shoulder to shoulder, united in our quest for inner strength and redemption. Chapter 1. Finding Hope in the Darkness. In the darkest moments of rejection and despair, it can feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, like we're trapped in an endless cycle of pain and suffering with no way out. But what if, even in our darkest moments, we could find a glimmer of hope to guide us through the storm? Finding hope in the darkness is about holding on to a belief that things can get better, even when it feels like all hope is lost. It's about trusting that the challenges we face are not insurmountable obstacles, but rather opportunities for growth and transformation. It's about finding strength and resilience in the face of adversity, knowing that we have the power to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. When we find hope in the darkness, we discover a resilience and inner strength that we never knew we had. We learn to lean into the discomfort of uncertainty, knowing that even in our darkest moments, there is always the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. We hold on to the belief that no matter how difficult things may seem right now, there is always hope for a better future. But finding hope in the darkness is not always easy. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to acknowledge the pain and suffering that we're experiencing, and to trust that there is a purpose to our struggles. It requires us to dig deep within ourselves and find the courage to keep going, even when it feels like we're at the end of our rope. So let us find hope in the darkness, not as a naive belief that everything will magically get better, but as a beacon of light to guide us through the storm. Let us hold on to the belief that even in our darkest moments, there is always the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. For it is in the depths of despair that we discover the true power of hope, the power to transform pain into strength and darkness into light. Chapter 2. Cultivating Resilience. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from adversity. It's about rising up stronger and wiser than before, forged in the fires of our struggles and challenges. It's a testament to the human spirit, the unwavering belief that no matter how many times life knocks us down, we have the power to get back up again. Cultivating resilience is an act of defiance against the forces that seek to break us, a declaration that no matter what life throws our way, we will not be defeated. It's about finding the strength to keep going when every fiber of our being screams for us to give up, to surrender to despair. But resilience is not just a trait we're born with. It's a skill that can be cultivated and honed through practice and perseverance. It's about learning to embrace the challenges that come our way, to see them not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. When we cultivate resilience, we tap into a wellspring of inner strength and courage that enables us to face life's trials with grace and dignity. We learn to trust in our own abilities, to believe in our capacity to overcome even the greatest of challenges. But cultivating resilience is not always easy. It requires us to confront our fears and insecurities, to push past the limits of our comfort zones, and to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. It requires us to dig deep, to find the courage to keep going, even when every instinct tells us to turn back. So let us cultivate resilience, not as a shield to protect us from life's challenges, but as a sword to wield against them. Let us embrace the struggles and setbacks that come our way, knowing that each one is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. For it is in our darkest moments that we discover the true depth of our strength, the power of our resilience, and the beauty of our humanity. So let us stand tall in the face of adversity, knowing that with resilience as our guide, there is no challenge too great for us to overcome. Chapter 3. Nurturing Self-Compassion. In the depths of our struggles and pain, there exists a profound need for self-compassion, a gentle embrace that soothes our wounded souls and reminds us of our inherent worthiness. Nurturing self-compassion is not just an act of kindness towards ourselves. It's a radical act of self-love and acceptance that has the power to transform our lives from the inside out. When we nurture self-compassion, we create a sanctuary within ourselves, a safe haven where we can retreat in times of need, where we can find solace and comfort amidst life's storms. It's about extending the same warmth and tenderness to ourselves that we so readily offer to others, knowing that we too are deserving of love and compassion. But nurturing self-compassion is not always easy. It requires us to confront the inner critic that whispers words of doubt and self-condemnation in our ears, to challenge the belief that we are unworthy of love and acceptance. It requires us to embrace our flaws and imperfections, to see them not as weaknesses, but as badges of our humanity. When we nurture self-compassion, we cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and contentment that radiates outwards, touching the lives of all those around us. We become beacons of light in a world shrouded in darkness, offering hope and healing to all who cross our paths. But nurturing self-compassion is not just about offering ourselves kindness in times of struggle. It's also about celebrating our successes and victories with joy and gratitude. It's about recognizing our own strength and resilience and acknowledging the beauty and power that resides within us. So let us nurture self-compassion not as a fleeting act of kindness, but as a lifelong commitment to ourselves and our well-being. Let us tend to the garden of our souls with care and tenderness, knowing that in doing so, we cultivate a life filled with love, joy, and fulfillment. For it is in the gentle embrace of self-compassion that we find the courage to face our fears, the strength to overcome our challenges, and the resilience to thrive in the face of adversity. So let us be kind to ourselves, for we are deserving of all the love and compassion in the world. Chapter 4. The courage to begin again. Starting over can be one of the most daunting and terrifying experiences we face in life. Whether it's after a heartbreak, a failure, or a setback, the prospect of beginning again can feel overwhelming, like we're stepping into the unknown with no guarantee of success. But what if, instead of seeing starting over as a sign of weakness, we embraced it as an act of courage and resilience? The courage to begin again is about having the strength and resilience to pick ourselves up after a fall and start anew. It's about letting go of the past and embracing the future with hope and optimism, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against us. It's about trusting in our own resilience and inner strength, knowing that we have the power to create a new beginning for ourselves, no matter how difficult the journey may be. When we embrace the courage to begin again, we discover a newfound sense of freedom and possibility. We release ourselves from the chains of the past and open ourselves up to the endless opportunities that lie ahead. We allow ourselves to dream again, to set new goals and aspirations, and to pursue our passions with renewed vigor and determination. But embracing the courage to begin again is not always easy. It requires us to confront our fears of failure and uncertainty, to let go of the familiar and step into the unknown. It requires us to be willing to take risks and make sacrifices in pursuit of our dreams, knowing that the path ahead may be fraught with challenges and obstacles. So let us embrace the courage to begin again, not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to our strength and resilience. Let us face the future with hope and optimism, knowing that with every new beginning comes the opportunity for growth and transformation. For it is in the act of starting over that we discover the true depths of our courage and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Chapter 5. Finding Purpose in Adversity. In the midst of rejection and adversity, it can be easy to lose sight of our purpose and direction in life. We may feel lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty and doubt, wondering if we'll ever find our way again. But what if, instead of succumbing to despair, we saw rejection as a guiding light, illuminating the path to our true purpose and calling? Finding purpose in adversity is a journey of self-discovery and transformation, a quest to uncover the unique gifts and talents that lie within us, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. It's about embracing rejection not as a setback, but as an opportunity to realign ourselves with our deepest passions and desires. When we find purpose in adversity, we tap into a wellspring of inner strength and resilience that empowers us to overcome even the greatest of challenges. We discover a sense of clarity and purpose that transcends the pain and disappointment of rejection, guiding us towards a brighter and more fulfilling future. But finding purpose in adversity is not always easy. It requires us to confront our fears and insecurities, to push past the obstacles that stand in our way, and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with charting a new course. It requires us to listen to the whispers of our heart, to trust in our intuition, and to follow our dreams wherever they may lead. So let us find purpose in adversity, not as a destination to be reached, but as a journey to be embraced. Let us open ourselves to the possibilities that rejection brings, knowing that each setback is merely a stepping stone towards our true calling. For it is in the crucible of adversity that we discover the strength, resilience, and courage that lie within us, waiting to be unleashed upon the world. Chapter 6. Cultivating Resilience Through Connection. In the face of rejection and adversity, it's easy to feel isolated and alone, as if we're fighting our battles all by ourselves. But what if, instead of retreating into solitude, we reached out and connected with others who understand our struggles and can offer support and encouragement? Cultivating resilience through connection is a powerful antidote to the loneliness and despair that often accompany rejection. It's about surrounding ourselves with a community of like-minded individuals who lift us up when we're feeling down, who remind us of our worth when we're doubting ourselves, and who walk alongside us on our journey towards healing and growth. When we cultivate resilience through connection, we tap into a wellspring of strength and support that enables us to weather life's storms with grace and dignity. We discover that we're not alone in our struggles, that there are others who have faced similar challenges and emerged stronger on the other side. But cultivating resilience through connection is not just about receiving support. It's also about giving back to others who are in need. It's about extending a helping hand to those who are struggling, offering a listening ear to those who need to be heard, and sharing our own experiences and insights to inspire and uplift others. So let us cultivate resilience through connection, not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to our humanity and compassion. Let us reach out to others in times of need, knowing that together we are stronger than we could ever be alone. For it is in the bonds of friendship and community that we find the strength, resilience, and courage to face whatever challenges life may throw our way. Chapter 7. The Healing Power of Self-Compassion. In the aftermath of rejection, it's natural to be consumed by feelings of self-doubt and self-criticism. We may berate ourselves for not being good enough, for not measuring up to the expectations of others, and for allowing rejection to define our worth. But what if, instead of being our own worst critic, we became our own greatest source of compassion and understanding? The healing power of self-compassion lies in the ability to extend the same kindness and understanding to ourselves that we would offer to a dear friend in need. It's about recognizing that we are human and therefore imperfect, and that it's okay to stumble and fall along the way. It's about embracing our flaws and imperfections as part of what makes us uniquely beautiful and worthy of love. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe space within ourselves where we can heal and grow from the wounds of rejection. We learn to silence the harsh inner critic that tells us we're not good enough, and instead we listen to the gentle voice of self-love that reminds us of our inherent worth and value. But practicing self-compassion is not always easy. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to challenge the negative beliefs and thought patterns that hold us back, and to embrace ourselves with open arms, flaws and all. It requires us to be patient and gentle with ourselves as we navigate the ups and downs of life, knowing that we are worthy of love and acceptance just as we are. So let us embrace the healing power of self-compassion, not as a quick fix for our pain and suffering, but as a lifelong practice of self-care and self-love. Let us be kind and gentle with ourselves, knowing that we are doing the best we can with the tools we have. For it is in the embrace of self-compassion that we find the strength, resilience, and courage to heal from the wounds of rejection and emerge stronger and more whole than ever before. Chapter 8. Embracing Vulnerability as Strength. In a world that often celebrates strength and resilience, vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, something to be hidden and avoided at all costs. But what if, instead of shying away from vulnerability, we embraced it as a source of strength and courage? Embracing vulnerability as strength is about having the courage to show up authentically and unapologetically, even when it feels uncomfortable or scary. It's about owning our truth, sharing our struggles, and allowing ourselves to be seen and heard exactly as we are. It's about recognizing that vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our humanity and courage. When we embrace vulnerability as strength, we create deep and meaningful connections with others based on honesty, authenticity, and trust. We invite others into our lives, sharing our joys and sorrows, our triumphs and failures, and our hopes and fears. We allow ourselves to be seen in all our imperfect glory, knowing that true connection can only happen when we are willing to be vulnerable. But embracing vulnerability as strength is not always easy. It requires us to confront our fears of rejection and judgment, to step outside of our comfort zones, and to be willing to take risks in pursuit of our dreams. It requires us to let go of the masks we wear to hide our true selves, and to embrace the beauty and power of our authentic selves. So let us embrace vulnerability as strength, not as a weakness to be overcome, but as a gift to be cherished and celebrated. Let us be brave enough to show up as our true selves, knowing that in our vulnerability lies our greatest strength. For it is in the courage to be vulnerable that we find the truest expression of who we are and the deepest connections with others. Chapter 9. Embracing Vulnerability. Life's journey is fraught with moments of vulnerability, those raw, tender moments where we stand on the precipice of our fears and uncertainties. It's in these moments that we often feel the weight of our insecurities bearing down upon us, threatening to crush our spirits and break our resolve. But what if, instead of shrinking away from vulnerability, we embraced it with open arms? What if we saw vulnerability not as a sign of weakness, but as a profound source of strength? Embracing vulnerability is an act of courage, a declaration of our willingness to show up authentically in a world that often demands conformity and perfection. It's about stripping away the masks we wear and allowing ourselves to be seeing flaws, and all knowing that true connection and intimacy can only be found in our willingness to be vulnerable. But vulnerability is not just about exposing our weaknesses. It's also about tapping into our deepest desires and dreams, laying bare our hopes and aspirations for the world to see. It's about allowing ourselves to be seen in all our complexity and beauty, knowing that true strength lies not in our ability to hide our vulnerabilities, but in our willingness to embrace them. When we embrace vulnerability, we invite others into our lives in a profound and meaningful way. We create space for empathy, compassion, and understanding, forging connections that transcend the superficial and touch the very depths of our souls. And in doing so, we discover that vulnerability is not a barrier to intimacy, but a gateway to it, a bridge that connects us to ourselves and to one another in ways we never thought possible. But embracing vulnerability is not always easy. It requires us to confront our deepest fears and insecurities, to stand tall in the face of rejection and judgment, and to trust that our true worth lies not in our ability to be perfect, but in our willingness to be real. So let us embrace vulnerability not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to our courage, our authenticity, and our humanity. Let us dare to show up, to be seen, and to live our lives with open hearts and open minds. For it is in our vulnerability that we find our greatest strength, our deepest connections, and our truest selves. As we draw the curtain on this profound exploration, let the echoes of Stoic wisdom resonate in the chambers of your soul. May these lessons serve as pillars of strength and solace, guiding you through life's storms with grace and resilience. Remember, in every setback lies the seed of growth, and in every heartbreak, the opportunity for renewal. So embrace your journey with courage and conviction, knowing that you are never alone. Subscribe to our channel and hit that like button to stay connected on this transformative path. Together, we navigate the currents of life, empowered by the timeless teachings of Stoicism.